Hey, Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Welcome if you are returning, welcome if you're new. Today we are doing new moon readings and we're finding out what you need to know to navigate the current realignment of energy. There's a lot happening at the time of doing these readings. Now, if you are finding yourself drawn to this reading in 6 months' time or a year's time, even though the energy as I'm doing these readings is about the coming new moon, which is happening in a couple of days from now. If you're drawn to a reading at any time, I always think just trust that you're being drawn to it with a good reason. I always think when we tune into the energy of a reading, when we're seeking a reading or a reading finds us, it is because there's pretty much always a message there that we need to hear. So in many ways, every reading is timeless. But these are new moon readings. We have a new moon in a few days' time. So lots going on in the world and lots happening for us all personally as well. There's just so much transformation taking place. So we will find out what is it that you need to know at the moment to navigate this realignment of energy. And we have this beautiful new moon to assist us in this. Now we have 3 cards to choose from and 3 tokens, and I will also in a moment do an Ask the Universe to see which pile or piles is suggested today. So let me show you the cards in more detail. We have the Cosmic Egg for pile 1 with a teapot. This is for pile 1. For pile 2, you have the Mouse and a Guardian Angel. Okay, and for pile 3, you have the Hyena and a Pin. So that's pile 3. Okay, so those are our 3 cards, our 3 tokens. Now, I'm going to leave the video running for just a little bit longer for anyone that just wants to sit and, just sit with your intuition and see which of these piles you're drawn to. Sometimes it's more than one. But beautiful souls, I'll leave the video running for a moment or two. Then I will ask the universe which pile or piles are recommended. And I will then see you in the readings. The timestamps are all below and I'll put them into a comment as well. Beautiful souls, tons of love. See you in just a moment. Okay, let's ask the universe to reveal which pile or piles are being suggested today. We have piles 2 and 3 showing up. So, beautiful souls, I will see you in a moment in the readings. Pile 1, welcome to your new moon reading. What is it you need to know to navigate the current realignment? I keep hearing, have a cup of tea. I'm not sure what that's about. Have a cup of tea. Maybe it's telling you to chill out. Chill out, have a cup of tea. It's a great sort of, being an English person, I live in the UK, I was born in the UK, I live here. It's a real sort of stalwart kind of thing here about, when in doubt, have a cup of tea. It's a very English kind of, almost like a jokey, dry, humoury attitude. Like a cup of tea will resolve everything. So let's just see what we're being shown here. What is it that my beautiful pile 1 needs to know to navigate the current realignment? 1001, spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like a dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. This feels like having a cup of tea might be the answer to everything, but let's just see what else we're shown. Very interesting, because the cosmic egg is the last card in this particular deck, I think, and it's about completions. It's got an energy a bit like the world in the tarot. So something I think possibly is at a stage of both a completion and a new beginning. I wonder if you are in need of just pressing the pause button, having a cup of tea. Request. This is interesting. Look at the egg timer here. What else are we shown here? I'm seeing this one too. And passion, which connects to creativity as well. Prioritizing creativity, heading in the right direction. Lion's mane leadership. Okay, and we have Mercury and Uranus showing up here. Lion's mane leadership. And I think we'll take one more from this deck as well. If we may, yep, it's definitely that one. And nettle, action. Okay. Spiritual awakening. I'm feeling like there's a sort of a, you're at a sort of like a turning point here. So we're asking what you need to know about the navigating the realignment. I feel like you are absolutely in the middle of realigning. You're literally, we have a snake here, like you're shedding, you've been shedding a skin. I suspect you have shed a skin already. Got the snake here and another snake here. I think maybe pile one, you have shed a skin. I do think, and possibly suddenly. That's what I feel maybe we're being shown here with the cup of tea. I feel that maybe you have something swung in a particular direction and it caused you to, I feel like you've had to shed a skin very fast, very suddenly. Sometimes we sort of get to a point where we suddenly realise, wow, I've really changed, I've really grown. I think you've gone through rapid growth. Like with the egg timer. The timing is right. The timing is absolutely perfect. Do you know, in many ways, with the request card, I wonder if this is your calling. I think you may have been called to step up in a position of leadership. I think maybe you've had to take an action about something you feel passionately about. And what it has created is a very, very fast, rapid period or pocket of evolution, like a snake shedding its skin, but instead of shedding it over a period of time, it's like almost like really, really fast. Something caused you to have to step up. Maybe you've seen something that you needed to have a voiceover with Mercury communicating. Let's check in on your tarot cards. So how do you navigate? How do you navigate this? I do feel that maybe you are in a position of, a bit like if you do shed a skin very, very quickly, where you haven't quite found your feet in the new, but you're definitely not standing where you were before either. Something swung very quickly. You have the star. This is a calling. You kind of needed to do this, and you have the tower. Wow. The Star and the Tower. I mean, this is, I think it really was potentially for some of you a bit like a bolt out of the blue. Something happened that caused you to change very fast, very, very fast indeed. Pausing and having a cup of tea may also be about, it could be that something is also percolating, but I wonder if it is also about, your reading is showing you that I think you're on track. I think you are absolutely where you're meant to be. If I have a look, what's our planets here? We have Mars and we have Pluto. Yeah, the transformation. The actions you've had to take, I think really important in your development. Let me just see if I can I lighten that up a little bit, bring a bit more light in here. Yeah, definitely. That's good. I hope you can see that card. I was just thinking the nettle looked a little bit it looked a little bit dark. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? You have the Page of Pentacles. Oh my goodness me. The promise involved here. Wow, this is you stepping up, most definitely. You have a page followed by the Knight of Emotions, the Knight of Cups. You have the Magician. These cards are phenomenal, just phenomenal. Pile one, I'm super excited for you. You then have the Three of Wands, the Three of Inspiration. My pile threes, I am very confident that the path you're on is going to fall into place, like dominoes. You have the Five of Pentacles, Five of Materials, and you have the Five of Emotions, the Five of Cups. Okay. Right, let us look at this. This feels super, super exciting. Look at that. Look at the way the energy is flowing, moving, falling into place. Even with the Five of Cups, which can be a card of, I see, I think I am hearing what this message may be for you, my beautiful souls. I think you're processing something. Because something happened very, very, very fast, I think you are still processing what this actually meant for you. I think it absolutely had to happen, like a bolt out of the blue. It really did. And I do think you're perhaps, or this is the energy that I'm seeing, finding yourself in a space of immediate transition. You're literally at that pivotal point. And the flow of this is so, so right for you. The new beginning, the personal development, the stepping into a position. I think you had to take a lead in something, or indeed you're going to be taking a lead in something. You're going to be stepping up. It's almost like, I think this very fast track bit of change was in fact almost like the universe putting a request to you saying, would you consider doing this? Like an act of service. That's what I feel I'm seeing here. Like you have been called into a space of service, of leadership. But you know what is so super exciting is I also think you will love this. This is also to do with, there's no lack of joy in this. With the Knight of Cups coming in as well. I mean, it could even be that somebody is coming in to assist you. We even have the roses here in the Page of Pentacles. That this is about stepping into a higher vibration of love. It could even be, for some of you, this could be moving. You had to engage in a radical shift so that you could find the right person, perhaps the right person coming into your world. Something is now going to unfold. I think it will click into place. So pile one. I think that what I feel I'm being shown here is I do think you had to take quite a sudden action. It's like shedding a skin. And I don't think you are fully embedded in the new beginning yet. But the new beginning is coming, and the direction you're meant to be going in is coming. Some of you may even have experienced like some sort of loss with the 5 of materials and the 5 of emotions. Honestly, this is going to be like, this experience will be like a drop in the ocean. I really do feel as though the universe called you to step up over something. Maybe you had to stand your ground over something, but you had a voice. I feel that you're being honoured here. What do you need to know to navigate the realignment? You literally are, I feel, realigning. From the inside out. You have actually shed a massive skin. You've grown massively fast. Events, I think, have happened that have caused you to literally sort of, like shaken things that you thought were stable when became unstable, or that kind of feeling, that kind of energy. Right, so stop and have a cup of tea. Because the universe is percolating something for you. This request to step up was in divine timing. That's what I feel we're being shown here. And even if you feel that you are navigating some sort of a loss because things have changed so quickly, I think this was really, really, really meant to happen. And I think because it is part of your spiritual awakening. Now, prioritizing creativity, heading in the right direction. Let's find out what's actually coming. Shall we see if we can get a sneaky peek into what's coming from this? I think you're at this pivotal turning point. And in many ways, I think your reading is honouring you and honouring you for what you've done, for this fast-paced growth, acknowledging that this is the direction you're meant to be going in and you are on track, and letting you know that some really amazing things are coming in. Maybe there is some grieving and processing of emotions to embark upon. I have actually just, at the time of doing this reading, I've literally just uploaded a moon energy update with a lot of information about emotions. So do check that out if that's valuable to you. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, let's just look at what we have as we get a sneaky peek into the future. Gosh, you have the 8 of Inspiration. This is the 8 of Wands. Something is to move forwards. I think something like dominoes, like these dominoes. Do you know, I don't think you're going to have to wait for the clarity of direction to move forwards. You have the 5 of Voices. How interesting. This is the 5 of Swords. Look at the way, I think these look like olives here. But actually, it also is really reminding me almost of mistletoe. Maybe you are meant to. If you've parted company with someone, I think that they needed to go. You have the Awakening. Wow, this is the card of Judgment in a traditional deck. And the Hierophant. What a beautiful Hierophant card this is. As we look ahead, how your situation might unfold, getting a sneaky peek into the future. I wonder if some of you have parted company from somebody who you perceived to be a leader. This will be a message for some, but not all. But I do feel you've parted company from some aspect of yourself, or probably in reality, some aspect of your world. Maybe even from someone. This was really in divine timing, because I think this is about your own evolution. I think you're going to become more visible, more prominent. Maybe you you stood your ground over something. Others will follow. That's what I feel. Others will follow. I think you've made a stand over something, or done something, departed something. Yeah, I think others will follow. And so you are really being honoured. Now, and I see you in this turning point where maybe you've let go of some things. but maybe you're not yet embedded in the new. Others will, I almost feel like people will come to you to listen to your voice. We have the Eight of Voices. Okay, that's the Eight of Swords. You have the Ten of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. Wow, look at the opening coming here. You have the Ace of Cups. Wowza. You had to break free from this. Whatever it was, I almost feel like you're in this space where you're sort of slightly still, you're grieving for a loss, or you're grieving for a change, or you're emotionally navigating a change. And what you need to know to navigate the realignment is to allow that to flow. Just because that's what happens when we're grieving for something, or, it's almost as though I think there is a need to let the emotional residue of the experience of fast transformation happen naturally. Just let it process. Breaking free of this was absolutely essential because you were confined by something. You were held back, actually. You were burdened in many ways by a sense of responsibility, or burdened by a situation, or overloaded. Yeah, something, whatever it was, something was holding you back. And now you will be free to find your voice. Look at this. To flourish. This is what is coming. And I feel as though you will be inspirational to others, because I think when people see that you can give yourself permission to free yourself from some kind of limitation, to release yourself from it, to let go, to move on, and everything starts to click into place, I think you will be an inspiration to others. Now, whatever this is for you, whatever's coming for you, the information I feel that we're being given here is to do with allowing yourself to process the experience of emotions that are present and appropriate, because you've undergone a very fast track realignment. You've shed a skin, you've let go. I do feel for many of you there is some kind of loss. However, whatever has passed, whatever broke down, oh my goodness me, it had to go, because it really was restricting you, burdening you, holding you back, and you will be free to move forwards now, to really flourish, to thrive. This is like moving from surviving to thriving. It's absolutely magical. So cut yourself some slack, make a cup of tea, allow yourself to process the emotional the natural emotional processing, because emotions are wonderful. When we are processing a loss, everything that you're experiencing is helping you to release things, to let go. And when we shed tears, we're cleansing, we're releasing. And this, you are moving towards absolute thriving in some area. Many of you will be leading the way, showing that something is possible, enabling people through example. I think what is coming is magical and amazing, and you will be demonstrating to other people who may be currently in a sort of similar position to yourself, or in a restrictive position. People will see you and think, wow, that could be me. I think you're going to be very inspirational to others. Pile 1, this is your reading. What you need to know, I think, is that everything is going to fall into place very quickly. It's almost as you process the emotional residue of this very big transformation that I think has already occurred. That's when, as you process it, everything just clicks into place. Everything moves forwards. This is one of those really, really big it is a spiritual awakening. It's a calling. I think you were called to step up and do something, because I think it will have an impact not just on your life in the most amazingly positive way, but I think it will also, because you're not going to be held back anymore, but I think it will have a similar impact on the lives of others who perceive your ability to move through and beyond something in an extraordinary way. I think it may actually, for some of you, with the lion's mane as well, involved having to find the courage to do something. I think that comes through here for me as well. Pile 1, this is your reading. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon if you would like to make sure you never miss a reading. Do give me the thumbs up if this is resonating with you and you've enjoyed this. And if you're watching this as I've uploaded it, do check out the Moon Energy Update. There's a lot of emotional information in there. And also, if you're interested in the tarot or my moon seminars that I do every month on Zoom, do check out my tarot course, because it includes the moon seminars, and that is currently half price, and you can pay in installments. So, beautiful souls, tons and tons and tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have Mouse and a guardian angel. That is really, really beautiful, beautiful energy. So, why do you have a guardian angel? I'm sure you have a guardian angel with you all the time, but why specifically is this showing up? So we're asking what you need to know to navigate the current sort of realignment that's taking place. May we kindly ask for information and guidance. 0404, slow down. Balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope, authority, ancestors, restlessness, low vibrations, warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. This is just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. Okay, maybe that is why you have a guardian angel showing up in your reading. Okay, I am actually seeing, I think it is actually that one. Do you know, I almost feel as though I'm needing to like search into the pack to get your cards. But it's that. Almost like I've got to look. I feel like I'm almost being called to look for something that isn't obvious. Isn't that interesting? Now, that doesn't always happen in a reading. Very often cards just kind of reveal themselves. You have remember and you have flow. Okay. Pay close attention. We've got horsetail, patience. You have Saturn and Venus showing up in this card. And you also have ayahuasca, rebirth. Okay, and here we have Pluto, we have Neptune, and we have Jupiter. Okay, so patience. I actually think your reading so far is suggesting almost, not that any reading will ever tell you what to do, but I think what you're needing to know to navigate the realignment is not to be in a hurry. Don't rush at something. You know, this is not a card that's telling you to freak out. It's saying to you it's a warning to be careful. I almost feel as though there's something here that you need to not be hurrying. Go with the flow. Don't be in a rush. Patience, horsetail. Horsetail is a really ancient plant. Feel like I wonder if your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. I think in terms of your world, the realignment, what do you need to know to navigate the realignment? I think there's a process to go through, and maybe it's a bit slower than you would like it to be. I feel there's a sense of it's literally slowing you down. Slow down. In Native American mythology with the mouse, mice became, if I remember rightly, I think they became timid, they became fearful. I'm trying to think of the story of mice around this. There's something about not rushing at something because it could set you back in some way, to just taking your time, be patient, go with the flow, not forcing something. I mean, birth is not something we can force. And sometimes babies birth very, very quickly, and sometimes they don't birth quickly. Sometimes they actually take a long time. You can't really sort of dictate it. Slow down. Okay, what have we shown here? I feel like cards are coming out in great big wads as well here. So let's have a look and see what we have for you, my pile 2. So there's definitely a message of slow down, take your time. Let something emerge. Let something arrive. Have patience. Your first card, the Magician. Whatever you are manifesting in this transitionary time, in the realignment, you can do this. The magic is there. You have the 6 of Voices. That's the 6 of Swords in a traditional deck. Then you have the King of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Okay. You've got the 2 of Wands, 2 of Inspiration. The 10 of Inspiration. You have the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Voices. Let's move these along. And then you have the Awakening, which is the Judgment card in a traditional deck. Okay. I think your message is really, really clear. My beautiful pile 2s, which is really rather lovely. You are, I think, moving into, or you're building something that I think could be very big with the King of Pentacles. And you are absolutely right about your idea. You have it in sight and you're moving towards it. I think the realignment, navigating the realignment, if we think of the realignment as moving you to that space of being, taking your place in a brave new world, you are well on your way with something. Like the birth is already happening. It's started. The process of transformation, of realignment has started. And I think it's leading you to really, you know where you want to go. I think it's like you have a dream. You may be feeling a little bit timid about moving forwards. But, however you are approaching this, this is really saying just go with the flow. Don't lose sight of your dream. Let it unfold, literally. I think there's a lot of restructuring. We've got Saturn and Venus here. We've got Pluto, Neptune, Jupiter. Everything is going to expand. Everything, I think, will come to you. Your dream, I think your dream genuinely can happen. I think it's a big dream, and I think you're conscious of almost like the enormity, or you're wondering, maybe you're wondering how to make it happen. I think maybe you're feeling quite small, like a little mouse. You're feeling quite small it's like feeling very small, but there's this great big dream. How do you become, how do you get to the end goal? There's this sort of feeling about it. Just take your time. One step at a time, literally one step at a time. This feels like such an affirmation of where you're going. It feels like such an affirmation of your big dream. Dream, in fact, it may even be saying for some of you, dream big. Remember who you are. You are a child of God. You have every right to be moving into the world. I wonder if for some of you there is somebody around you who wants you to play small. Yes, the mouse is the smallness. I think that might be part of the message. I think this might be encouraging you to dream bigger. If you have a big dream, hold on to it. Could be encouraging you to dream bigger. I think there might be someone around you who wishes you to play small. Be conscious of them. Be awake. Be careful. Recognize if somebody wants you to play small, that's their agenda. That's not source. That's not spirit. I think you're being asked to dream big. Maybe even to step up. Be even bigger. This is a memory stone as well. This really is. It's like remembering who you are. Have patience. I think maybe what you're processing at the moment is the gentle or slow emergence of something, working out the different steps you need to take to achieve this. With the Nine of Voices, I think maybe you are questioning yourself because perhaps because something isn't moving forwards as fast as you would like. It also may be that you're questioning yourself because perhaps somebody is trying to get you to slow down or to play it small. If anybody around you is suggesting that you can't dream big or that what you're doing can't be big, I think this reading is really challenging something of that, actually. What you need to know to navigate the realignment, I think, is to dream bigger and to know that if you have a big dream, that it can happen. And if you have a dream or you're keeping sort of the lid on it, or you're diminishing your own capacity or your own ability or your own potential, then step into it. Let's get some more information. I kind of want to follow this through. I do think whether you have an internal voice that says you can't do it, or for some of you maybe there is an external voice, somebody keeping you small, your guardian angels are with you. Have patience. Be inspired. I feel this is saying dream bigger. Dream big. Hold your dream. It's interesting with the awakening card, the judgment card. Maybe somebody is judging you. With the awakening as well, this could also be you really reaching a point where you can genuinely step into your own fullest potential. Let's see what this is about. Be aware. I feel like I want to say that in the current energy, we're being called to, I don't know, I would almost say question everything. I think that's part of the energy, when somebody says something, what's real and what isn't. There's a lot of this kind of energy around at this time. And if you've been drawn to this reading, if it's resonating with you, then I'm guessing that's around. Question. I don't think Spirit ever asks anyone to play it small. They might say slow down, take your time, you're guarded, you're protected. But yeah, if somebody's trying to dim you down, put a spanner in the works, definitely no. That's not Spirit talking. Take your time. I think you might see, you might be shown sort of who's who and what's what. We have the Three of Materials. This is the Three of Pentacles. This can be a card of collaboration. I wonder if you will be shown sort of, I would almost say, kind of who to collaborate with, perhaps. Because this is great. This is the right people coming in to support you. And you have the Eight of Inspiration, the Eight of Wands. If someone comes along who inspires you, makes you feel amazing, I almost feel like you need people who are going to back you up, not people who put you down. And I think this is suggesting that maybe some people are going to come forward and really emotionally support you, really show you and back you and say, do you know what, you can do this, you can be bigger, you can be amazing, you can do this, you don't have to play it small. You have the Six of Emotions. This is the Six of Cups in a traditional deck. You have the Queen, you have the Queen of Inspiration. She is the Queen of Wands in a traditional deck. And you have the Page of Emotions. This is the Page of Cups. Wow. I think you are so full of potential. Listen to your heart. I think there's a really beautiful element of sort of guidance, although no reading will ever tell you what to do, but how to navigate the current realignment. I think this reading is actually pile 2, letting you know that you have the most incredible potential for something that could be really, really very successful. And either there is self-doubt within you, or there could be circumstances around you that feel as though you're burdened, or you're carrying the weight of responsibility, perhaps. But I think it's either like you're not believing in yourself, but also I think somebody is keeping you small, making you believe, or trying to make you believe. You have the right to own your own head, your own thoughts. Somebody may be trying to make you believe that you can only, this could only go so far. Well, I think it could be bigger. Listen to your heart. When you talk to different people, if you come away and your heart is singing, your body will respond, your heart will respond. If you come away and you feel as though you're being dimmed down, or you're made to feel small or childlike, if somebody treats you like an equal colleague or an equal friend or an equal buddy, and they say, look, you can do this, you're amazing. Or someone comes along and you feel like somebody's talking to you like you're a child, a little bit slightly patronising, like that's only ever going to go so far, but you'll be fine. You can tell when somebody supports you in a way that is sometimes... I'm just going to voice this because it's just coming through, so I will voice it. But I came across something relatively recently where somebody said something, and it came both into my world, and then I ended up having a conversation with somebody, and their situation was completely different, but they'd had the same experience, and it was I just felt we'd come together actually to sort of be able to acknowledge this. It was like someone coming in and being really, really, really supportive. But the support was very much about getting us to step down, not up. It was kind of saying, oh, you must be so tired. You don't have to, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, you don't have to always be striving for this, that, or the other, or, just don't worry about it. Look after yourself. Stay at home. You don't have to do this. And everything was geared to making us stop. Rather than being really supportive and saying, of course you can do it. Can I help? How can I back you up? Or even saying, of course you can do it. Even if you need to take a day out, of course you can do it. This was a sort of almost like someone saying, I am giving you permission not to follow your dream. And actually, we both had a really similar, completely different scenarios. And we just realised there was such a degree of almost like quite patronising, almost passive control, actually, trying to manoeuvre us into a position where we felt as though we didn't need to do that, when actually, deep inside, we were longing to do it. And so it was, in our own ways. And I found that really interesting because I feel there's this sort of element here coming through. If somebody comes across as sort of making you feel childlike, or what I would call the old school leadership style of someone being in charge and they tell you that this is how it is and they know what they're doing and they're right, I would really be questioning them. Listen to your heart will never lie, and your body will never lie. I think there are also, maybe there's a mixed bag of people around you where some people may be keeping you small and other people may be bigging you up. And I'd be collaborating or remaining in tune with those that are bigging you up, not those that make you feel as though you can't do this or you won't succeed. There's a very clear definition, and we are seeing the extremes in people. So you may be finding, my beautiful pile 2, that you are seeing these kind of opposites. I feel that's what your message is about, and what you need to know to navigate the realignment. Because the realignment is about you stepping into something that I think can be very, very big and very amazing. And the realignment is for you to develop your own, it's not your judgment, but your assessment and your discernment of people. That's what I feel we're seeing here. It's your capacity to assess, to be discerning, and to know that if people are bigging you up, really valuing you in an equal way, then you know, they're the people to align with, as opposed to the people who are sort of claiming to know what they're doing, and within their language and their words, you are being asked to play it small rather than big. Because I think that's fueling their own personal agenda. I don't think that's about you. Pile 2, this is your reading. Very exciting. You're being guarded and protected through this by beautiful guardian angels. And I do think you're meant to move forwards. Just take it slowly. Look after yourself while you're doing it. Allow it to unfold. But my goodness me, let it grow and let it become big. You know, this is not dimming you down. It's let it unfold, and it will. Gradually, in its own time, let it grow, and let it grow into the biggest that it can be, and may you grow into the biggest that you can be. Pile 2, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. I forgot to say in pile 1, if you're watching this as I upload it in a few days' time, I'm doing a live collective reading here on YouTube. It's like a live event. I do it once a month in alignment with the moon, where I will draw cards for the collective, and you can bring your cards and draw cards with me, and draw your cards. We will draw cards together. You can draw your cards to get to tune into a personal reading for you. It's a fabulous event. We've done it a couple of times now, and it's been super, super enjoyable, and it's amazing to connect with you all. So if you want to make sure you never ever miss any of these things or any readings, do subscribe, press the little bell icon. And for anybody interested in moon seminars or reading the cards or any of the things that I do, I'll put links to everything. My tarot course is currently half price, and you can pay in installments. So do check that out if you'd really like to come and, align with some readers who also have a big dream. You know, our dream is to really to generate and create a body, a community of readers who work within an ethical framework. It's a very big vision that will need to take its time, funnily enough. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on about that. Pile 2, tons and tons and tons of love. I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the pin and the hyena. What is it that you need to know? Taking initiative. Okay, what do you need to know to navigate the realignment? 1, 2, 2, 1. Taking the initiative, change, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, high vibes. Work with what you have and it will get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also be getting some good news soon. This is quite a big pin. It's something that you could pin something to a notice board. Let's see what else we have. Reframe. Let's look at that spiral of energy. And ego. Okay. Reframe, ego, taking initiative. I'm really seeing this card in a really positive light, my beautiful pile 3s. It's like recognizing what I would call healthy ego, where you take a pride in something, you take the initiative, you know you can do something. Rather than being, diminished, somebody's going to try and pin you down to something. Reframe something. Gosh, we need more information. Let's get more information. You have Motherwort, Strength. Oh, wonderful card. Wonderful energy. And Venus here. Gosh, this is feminine energy. This is divine energy. Oh, wow. You also have Rose, Love. Oh, Venus again and the moon. Wow. I'm going to draw your tarot cards, I think, straight away before we dive into the energy. Okay, I'm seeing these. And definitely that one. And I think that one. And these two. And that one there. You have, gosh, the Ace of Inspiration. 2 aces. You've got the Ace of Inspiration and the Ace of Emotions, so this is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups in a traditional deck. You've got the 9 of Voices, which is the 9 of Swords, the Chariot, 3 of Emotions, 3 of Cups. You have the Muse of Voices, that's the King of Swords. You've got the Tower, wow, and you have the Moon. Look at that beautiful pink moon. Wow, wow, wow. Taking the initiative, reframing something. Maybe you're reframing your perception of something. Okay. 9 of Voices, which is the 9 of Swords. This is such an interesting set of cards. I'm just actually seeing if I'm going to just see if I can move the camera around and get that card over here. Okay, there we go. I've managed to position them, I think, in a way that you can see them all, my beautiful pile 3. Okay, my beautiful souls, I actually think this is about getting out of your own way. Really, really having the strength, the courage to take an initiative, to move forwards. Do you know, if there is someone that you really, really, really like, let's say for some of you, this is bringing up something about love, a relationship, this would be having the courage to go talk to the person that you really love. But I do think fundamentally this is about courage. It's about having the courage to do something, to get out of your own way, to not talk yourself out of something, but to talk yourself into something, to pin yourself down. You know, sometimes if we think, oh, you know, if I'm dreaming about something that could be amazing, you know, we then almost feel bad for feeling like we want to feel amazing. And this is saying, well, go and be amazing. Kind of almost like, what's your problem? Sometimes people can be fearful, almost of being successful, as if somehow they're not being humble enough. This reminds me a little bit of how when I used to work in my mainstream career as a counsellor, and you know, years ago I used to kind of work with lots of students, and that point where they're kind of moving into private practice and they're really worried about charging for their services, and of really having to kind of, you know, get grounded here and say, look, it's really, really important that you are honoured. This needs to be a two-way relationship. You're giving something of your services. You're giving in service. You also need to receive. And there's something here I feel that I'm seeing in your reading, which is about taking the initiative, moving something forwards, really believing in, getting out of your own way, not talking yourself into something rather than talking yourself out of something. And I think, you know, pinning yourself down, holding yourself to account. What you need to know to navigate the realignment, I think, is to let something absolutely, it's like to believe that something can flow into existence. To believe that you have the strength to do this, that you can do it, that the right people will come at the right time. If for some of you this is love, if love is something that has evaded you, because we do have the card of love, this is about believing in your absolute ability and entitlement to have that love. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Emotions, Ace of Cups. So it does sort of suggest that there is something right in front of you that you could grasp. And you might be dismissing it with the hyena energy, you know, laughing it off, almost not allowing yourself to acknowledge what you really want, or dismissing it as being a bit ego-y, or I wouldn't want to do that, or as if it's not spiritual to own something or have something. I honestly think that your reading is really clear. I feel it's actually saying get out of your own way. This is what you need to know to navigate the realignment. Get out of your own way, pin yourself down, hold yourself to account, believe in this possibility, commit to it, love it, own it, be firm with yourself. I almost feel as though the change will come anyway, quite suddenly, so... Or maybe this is telling us that if you make a decision, this sort of feels a bit like the power of your mind. If you make a really clear decision to go for something, to get out of your own way and go for it, that it will happen. The way will be illuminated for you. The changes will happen. It's like aligning yourself so that you are... It's like, if we think of the realignment, if you are the realignment, if you are living in love, everything falls into place. It's like really attending to your own vibration and reframing perspectives within your mind, getting stuff out, literally getting out of your own way. Because if you're in a space of high vibrational thoughts, everything can flow. If you are deep down longing for something, but you're not actually following through, or you're not actually, or you laugh it off if somebody says to you, or, what's your biggest dream, and or wouldn't you like to do this, and you go, oh no, that doesn't matter, and you laugh it off, you're pushing away the thing that deep down inside you're wanting. I do think this is about really, work with what you have. I think is about working with yourself, acknowledging what you really desire, acknowledging all the good around you, really sitting in a high vibrational space and letting the universe then deliver rather than worrying about things. I'm going to follow through, but that's what I feel. Pin yourself down, hold yourself to account. I think that's part of the realignment. What do you want? Let's ask for a sneaky peek into the future or how this might unfold. Anything else we need to know for you, my beautiful souls? Wow, we've got the 8 of Inspiration. This is a very fast energy. I think something could move forwards very quickly if you can realign your thoughts, if you can hold your thoughts in that positive place. I think it's possible for some of you that you might swing like a yo-yo, where you hold that positivity and then you kind of step down again, because sometimes that can happen. This is really about moving forwards. You have the 3 of Voices. Okay, so this is the 3 of Swords in a traditional deck. You then have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Materials. And you've got the Magician. Gosh, embrace your transformation. Embrace your abilities. Embrace your own chemistry. Embrace your ability. If this is about love, go... And you have seen somebody, but you haven't got the courage to go and speak to them, go have the courage to speak to them. Reach out. Stop worrying about it going wrong and think about it going, reframe your perspective. Think about it going right. This is almost like one of those, what's that saying? Expect a miracle. It's got that energy around it. Sort of, if you expect a miracle, then that's what's going to arrive. But if you are, expecting disaster, then, and therefore not acting, then something can't move forwards. This is about expecting a miracle. Really own what you want. Whether that's, and then sit in that high vibration of gratitude, of love, of appreciation, with such a clarity. This is, everything in here is about you stepping up, pinning yourself down. It would be, it's making me think of me and dieting. Like if I want to lose some weight, I put on a lot of weight in lockdown and I have not lost it. And I know that that's entirely me. I haven't maintained anything. It would, if I had got this reading, it's not my reading, I'm not reading for me, I'm reading for you. But if this were me, I'd be like, I need to pin myself down. I need to step up. And rather than, sort of going down the can't or all sorts of other excuses, it would be, if I really want to get into that space, then actually I need to pin myself down and hold myself to account. I mean, it's just a random, silly example, because this feels as though it's about something that's far more important than something like this. But, this is about your self-value, your self-esteem, your self-love, your genuine appreciation of you, and the joy in you having something that you really, really desire. And I do think there is an opportunity right in front of you with the aces. And if it's not in front of you, I think it will come soon. If you're able to place yourself in that zone where you are so clear with positivity rather than, with the yeses and the can do's rather than the can't do's, and the knowledge that it's, that holding that high vibration. Pin yourself down, pin down your thoughts, and I think something can very, very, very magically transform and move forwards really, really very fast with the Tower. It's almost as though your guides, your angels today are actually really sort of saying to you their guidance for how to navigate the realignment of energies, to really dive into it and own it in a really powerfully positive way, and kind of watch it unfold. Watch the universe open a door for you and then take the initiative, step through it. Because I think maybe doors are being opened, but you would need to also step through them. The universe can open 1,000 doors, but you've got to walk through them. That's we have to also take action. I think this is super, super, super exciting. This is, in a nutshell, get out of your own way and take action whenever the universe offers you an opportunity, which feels really, really exciting. Pile 3. If this is resonating with you, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. And in a few days' time, if you're watching it as I upload, I'm doing a collective reading, and I do them every month. So, check out the homepage if you want to tune in with this. It's a live event where I will read cards for the collective, and you can bring your own cards. We read our cards together. And we do a meditation, we align with the energy of the moon, we do a reading together. I will draw cards for the collective and you draw cards for yourself for personal reading. It's been a magical experience. We've done a couple so far and it really has been phenomenal. So, and just amazing to connect with you. So do tune in with that if that's something that appeals to you. Subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss anything, and indeed also those kind of webinars and events as well. I am sending you all the love in the world, and if you're interested in my moon seminars or my tarot course, that is half price at the moment, and you can pay in instalments. So do check that out if you want to join our reading community, our reader community, which is, an amazing endeavour. We're building a community of readers who read and operate through really deep knowledge of the cards. I bring in my own counselling training, my psychotherapy knowledge, and it's a really deep training where we work within an ethical framework. It's a really, really, really amazing project. So if that interests you, and you get the moon seminars monthly, the extra moon seminars free of charge as well. So just do check in on any of those things if they appeal to you. Pile 3, tons of love.